Okay, folks, it's a couple days before Halloween. D12 is dropping a new mixtape, so let's take a look and see if they had anything else out. And the answer is yes, they did. So, between D12 World, which I reviewed, and the Devil's Night mixtape, which is coming out tomorrow, there were two more projects with them as a collective group. You may not have known about this. They were not really advertised that much. In 2008, there was Return of the Dozen mixtape. 2011, there was Return of the Dozen 2. So there's also Bizarre, who's done a lot of rap, so you can check out some of him if you want more. But so this album was kind of at a point where people were kind of starting to doubt that D12 would ever come back. Proof had been killed. Some of the other members were thinking about breaking up. They were sick of it. Eminem went to rehab and then he came back and he was a changed man. So the kind of fun and reindeer games that they had back in 2003 or so, it was just a lot different 8 years later. Now, obviously, what I thought about this record is D12 was one of the people that needed to drop an album most in 2011, and for good reason, because the way that these guys are, they're the mischief and that sort of thing that they do. Once you add Eminem to it, it's really something that you can listen to for the better part of the year. So, yeah, this record, it's actually missing, I think, Mr. Porter, because I think he was on tour with Eminem. But the thing is that Swift, Kaniva, Bizarre are on here. There's an apparent fourth member that I didn't hear him that much, at least on the original songs, and that's Fuzz Fuda. So that's what's going on. But the answer is you can smoke to this. There's a lot of freestyles on here, which is on other beats. But I'm gonna really pay attention to the new songs because we needed more D12 songs. 2 albums isn't enough. So King Kong, Fame, and Cushion Green are some great smoking songs. Then I'd say the On Fire freestyle is another one. And if you can mind that D12 is not actually on this song, I'd say 14 MCs is another one. And then maybe Trying to Be Cool. So the production, most of the songs that I'm getting ready to list to you, I liked. There were a couple ones like Fuck in the Truck was a little bit too short. They should have made another verse on the song, made it 3:30, something like that. Yeah, back in the day I didn't really like that beat. And let's see, most Let's Go, these were just a couple songs that I didn't like. But we'll talk about the unheard songs. So I like 6 songs out of 18. Now I'm thinking that there's probably 9, 10, or 11 original songs, and then about 7 or so freestyles. And here are the 6 songs I like. So Eminem shows up on this mixtape one time. Now around this time he was getting ready to drop some music. He was still riding off of Recovery's fame because this came out in early 2011. So he was dealing with that, but he did manage to show up on one song. It's one of the best songs on this album. So he's on that. King Kong's a good one, a great one actually. I Made It has Trick Trick on there, and Play This Game. Cushion Green, great smoking song. It's got Lazy Beat, and Trying to Be Cool. Now, those 6, Trying to Be Cool, King Kong, and I Made It, are kind of thumping. They feel like they have some of the more in-your-face music that Rick Ross does on Teflon Don. and Dr. Dre sounding beats. It's not really like that as much, but there's still some great songs on there. And then I'm also going to say that even though Fucking the Truck was a close one, but it's a little bit too short. I wish they, sometimes not all of D12's members show up on the song, and I think that Fuzz Scooter probably should have been on there. They should have done what they did back on their albums and had 3, 4, or even 5 verses on there. But Fucking the Truck is close. I'll give it to them because it's 2 minutes 50 seconds. And then the On Fire freestyle has a great beat. That one was definitely pretty wicked. I wish that, there would have been a lot more beats like that. But there is one other song, and that is the 14 MCs, which I don't mind other rappers that I don't know, but D12 is not even on this song. So it just felt like a huge disappointment to waste that good of a beat. I mean, it should have been like 10 MCs and then D12 on there. That's all they had to do. But the only other complaint I really have is just the fact that Eminem couldn't make time to appear on maybe 2 or 3 other songs, and also that there wasn't more original material. So we could have really used it. I mean, just to let you know. But this is basically like, this is just like a can of something good. You need to quench your thirst. This is just enough. I mean, obviously waiting 7 years is not, 6 songs is not going to do it, but this is still pretty good. So you definitely need to take a look at this. I do recommend it because I'll say I liked 8 out of 18, because I'm going to say I liked Fucking the Truck and On Fire. So I will give this 8 out of 18 is about half, so I'll give it a 4.5 out of 10. And you do need to look at this. The main problems are that there's not enough Eminem, there's not enough original songs, and they kind of waste some of the beats. So, but I'll put in the description. So the Future, they're getting ready to come back tomorrow, and Social Score, I'll give it a 5.5. It's because I think a lot of people will probably forget. Some people may ignore this because Eminem's not on it. And, yeah, so that's kind of the thing. But, it's good stuff. I mean, Bizarre's on a lot of these songs. Swift and Connive are on here. So you need to know about that. Alright. Yeah, so I think it can be topped, obviously. I hope tomorrow I'm really impressed. 4.5 out of 10, 5.5 Social.